This is a Verner Panton VP3 table lamp. But it's not just any old Verner Panton VP3 table lamp, because this is my Verner Panton VP3 table lamp. And considering the price of it is nearly £250 brand new, I got it for an absolute bargain. But in order to get it for that bargain, I had to go on a bit of a journey. So with my limited knowledge of authenticity, but a willingness to learn, I jumped in my trusty steed and drove up to Horsens here in Denmark, in the hope of discovering a budget gem. And en route, I babbled on, regaling the tale of how I ended up in this position. So, good news. Somebody's got back to me. Basically, I've been looking for this lamp for a few weeks now. And the summary that I've come to is that everyone has either black or white. I wanted a yellow one because it's nice and bright and it got a bit more character. I sent a few messages, nobody got back to me. But today I'm due to go to Horsens anyway, which is about 45 minutes away from where I live. So I just messaged on the off chance, one of the ones that I previously messaged to say, do you want to sell this lamp or not? To my surprise, she actually messaged back within half an hour that she'd been busy. She was sorry. Interesting thing about this lamp is that it's got a slight bit of damage, which for me is good because A, I can get it cheaper, and B, I'm pretty sure that I can repair it. I personally think there's no harm in spraying it, but my wife thinks that's sacrilege and that you don't do that. It's not like it's £30,000 that we're messing with here. It's a relatively small amount of money. So if it destroys the classic, I don't think it really matters. But everyone's got their opinion. So if you thoroughly disagree, like my wife, feel free to comment in the section below. So having left Horsens with lamp in hand, I pulled over to take stock of the situation. Being the inexperienced thrifter that I am, I didn't know what questions to ask the nice lady, or what to look at, other than was it a lamp of similar shape and size to what I was expecting? All I knew was the lamp worked because she showed me, and with the transaction lasting less time than a British Prime Minister, I could easily have ignorantly just bought myself an IKEA lamp. Okay, so we've just left the house in Horsens, and I pulled over to the side of the road to debrief on the situation. The lamp is really nice. It's as expected. It has some damage to it, but we knew that from the photos. I don't see any reason why we can't fix those. They aren't as bad as they could have been. There's no dents to the actual dome on the top. It's just a bit of paint that needs to come off. So I would imagine that we can try and find some cleaning solution or light sandpaper to take those off. Don't see that as a problem. As overall, this is my first thrifting experience. So it went quite well. Nice experience. The lady was very nice. I'm curious to see what the future owners' houses are going to look like, because obviously they're going to be into design of some sort. And this particular house that we went to go and see was quite nice. It was an original 1960s style house in Scandinavia, obviously, so it had a bit of style to it. And the couple were going to renovate it. They recently bought it and they were beginning the renovations with a sympathetic touch and also obviously a modern touch as well. So it should be interesting to see what that looks like. Not that we'll get a chance to, but it would be interesting too. So I'm curious to see what future purchases homes look like. Future owners' homes look like. If that's the right way to say it. Anyway, yeah. In Denmark, basically, the average house is a single-story bungalow, I guess you'd call it. So it's not like the two-story houses that we get in England, and there's a lot more style about them. Individual plots are usually purchased, and then the design is put on the plot rather than actually buying something that Barratt Homes is built already. You get to choose your design. So there's a lot more individuality in houses over in Denmark, and a lot more appreciation for design as well. There's a lot of original 1960s architectural houses, compared to England at least. So it's there are some nice ones around, but they don't come up very often. Anyway, let's get back home and have a look at this lamp that's in my boot and give it a good going over. We have returned from Horsens, and we have with us the lamp, the VP3 in the flesh. Here it is. Don't worry, I will do some nice video footage of this after this, but here it is in the flesh. It's actually quite heavy. It's heavier than I was expecting, but that is because this is cast iron down here, solid and weighty, which it needs to be because it's obviously quite gangly and top heavy. The imperfections are, as I explained before, they're not too bad. Hopefully we can polish those out or use a cleaner of some sort to get them looking nice. But yeah, there it is. We have our lamp, and we have it at a good price, which I will am yet to reveal, but don't worry, we will do that. In the meantime though, you'll probably want to see some nice footage of it, and whilst I show you that, I will tell you all about the history of the VP3 lamp. Take yourself back to the 1960s. Design exhibitions were rapidly shifting away from traditionalism and moving towards a brighter, more expressive future. And right at the heart of that was our designer, Verner Panton. In 1968, Panton unveiled the flower pot. Designed at the height of the peace, love and flower power movement, it got its name from that. And it was meant to bring playful energy and bright, vibrant colour and optimism directly into people's living spaces, so he says. Its genius lies in pure geometric harmony, with two opposing semi-spheres, the smaller shade masking the bulb entirely, creating an indirect, perfectly soft, glare-free glow, proving functional engineering could also double as pop art. The VP3 table lamp scaled that iconic VP1 release from the late 1960s by adding a weighted base so it could be used on desks and table lamps. And over half a century later, it's still lighting up many modern homes across the world to this very day. But the grand reveal, how much did we pay? This retails at £238, I've seen it. I've also seen it for £244 in the UK. I paid 400 kroner. So I don't know what that is. Hang on, bear with me. £45 and 85p currently. So I didn't pay 250 quid odd for it. I paid just under 50 quid. If that's not a bargain, I don't know what is. Well, that was a fun exercise, but as I said, the lamp does have some issues, so we need a plan of attack on how to handle that. And also there's a broader plan, which I would like to explain to you. So the damage on the lamp is light. It's on the dome on the top, and it's just paint scuffs, presumably from when the owners moved into their new house, which they're just about to renovate. Lord knows, my wife and I have some design classics, and they bear the scars of a transient lifestyle over the past 15 years, having moved around so much. There aren't any dents, which is good, so I'm hoping that once we wash the paint off, then I can just move straight on to trying to bring the finish back to a uniform matte finish, because at the moment it's got some brushes and marks on there that have made it a bit more satin, so we need to try and make it a bit more uniform with it, and I'll do that with a wet sand. Once that is done, hopefully we should have a lamp that is as good as new, and if that is the case, then the next plan is to try and flip it for some profit. And we do manage to flip it for some profit, then the next plan is to reinvest that money into the next design classic and hopefully work our way up the design ladder. So the next few videos will be exactly that, restoration and reinvestment. So don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss how we get on next and what design classic we're going to buy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.